and we should be on air now. Is it? Yeah, there you go. Hi, guys and girls. Gallo Forever 97 here. I'm here today to review Class episode 3, Night Visiting, it's called. And I'm joined by the cast of Class.
Hello,
I'm
hello,
exclusive here.
hello. They're all here. Oh my god.
I can't believe I've got them all on like one thing. It's just absolutely amazing.
Is the Hunger Games
So
real? Is it? Is the Hunger Games real? I can't believe it. It's real.
oh god, I tell you what, one of those that joke when that sort of joke was played out, I was just like, oh no, okay, but it's understandable because you're sort of like a fighting, kick-ass character. There you go. There's Adam. Here we are. Now the Class cast
Yeah.
merged into Adam. There you go.
Yeah.
So Adam's going to be here today helping me review Class episode 3.
Mhm.
I say I've reviewed the first 2 episodes of Class and 2 episodes. So obviously Adam hasn't. I don't know if you haven't heard them yet, but what are your thoughts on the premiere episodes of Class, episodes 1 and 2?
Episode 1 and episode 2. Episode 1 was for Tonight We Might Die, and I thought it was okay. It's a decent setup. I thought it introduced the character. It was a decent introduction to the characters, I'd say. There was the Shadowkin were really like the monsters design, and I'd say they were pretty cool. And then yeah, they were sort of defeated by like back in, but they're gonna make a fucking comeback like no other. By the way, this Class, it's not for kids. Let's just say that. So if you're watching a Class hangout and you are somehow under the age of 16, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's not. So there may be swearing and violence.
that's the excuse now because Class does it. That was my problem with the Doctor being in it. Like the problem was obviously when Torch would happen, he was never in it because it's just sort of like kids are like, oh, why can't I watch it? Because like if Doctor Who's in it, is accepting of that whole violence and sex and swearing and all that stuff. So it was quite debatable whether we did it. How about episode 2?
Episode 2, it was okay. That's the thing with Class. It does have some good ideas that I think, like, you know, YA sci-fi. I guess, you know, that's what it should be doing. It's exploring these ideas. Even sort of something like this episode where it sort of has like night visiting, where it's familiar, but it's got that sci-fi touch to it, and it's doing some cool stuff. But I can't get into the characters as well. I personally think Charlie is the weakest of the lot. I think there are a few weaklings. And
you weaklings.
Yeah, and some relationships that are quite contrived.
Yeah,
we'll go on to that later.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah.
And the Doctor himself contrived. There's a few sort of like contrivances of character moments. And there's one in episode 2 where with Miss Quill where I kind of just and you probably know what it is. She kisses the robot, and then it's not so much that, it's the fact she just kept bringing it up. It's like, oh, is no one gonna notice about I kissed the robot? And it's like, oh, shut up.
Yeah, no, I remember you watching that. The thing is with that subplot, I was watching it and I just it just got pushed back, and it was just like we were sort of like, right, I'll take it seriously. It was like, I can't.
No, you can't.
No, definitely not. So as I said, I've seen everybody's commented. Probably said the Doctor really didn't fit in the episode. I think we can agree.
I'll tell you what did fit in the episode.
What's that?
I felt like the TARDIS coming in and the TARDIS dropping them off. Left it. So you could, but you have that familiarity. You say you police box. Of course, you know it's the Doctor. Of course, you know it. And the music, especially like by Blair Mowat. Round of applause. He's doing a good job with that, and jumping off a big finish. I believe he does the Torchwood score. I think, you know, that's great, and and then you just sort of have the character himself appear, and it's just like, and I get it. Miss Quill said, "Oh, we need help and stuff," and I guess that's sort of just why he was there. But like what he actually did, I think left no consequence or left no really impact to the story whatsoever for me.
No, yeah, I think he was just sort of put in there for the hell of it. But there's quite a few people commenting, sort of just saying like, it was nice to just see him this year. Like, it was get the Doctor somehow.
But under the executive producer, you have, of course, Patrick, Brian, and yes, Stephen. And that's probably why, quite simply.
Just why, yeah, definitely. But yeah, as I said, I see your comments on here. Yeah, Daniel Johnson said, the music did give me chills when it flared up and when Peter came on. That was I really liked his sort of like rock rendition of the theme. But like you said, that
was quite.
Yeah.
He done his research, Blair. I guess he's sort of just like, I know of that, you know, da, 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 and all that stuff. I was like, oh, at least you've done your sort of research, I guess.
Yeah. Did I just see a Drashic there, Adam?
No.
Okay.
No, you saw nothing. You saw nothing.
that should be the teacher's pet. Like, that'd be so cool. Like, you know how sort of like I don't know if your school ever had this. You had the option to sort of take home a pet. Like, imagine if the Cole Hill one was just a Drashic.
A Drashic left over from the mini scope.
Yeah. Great for Cole Hill school. Somebody just shouted Drashic.
He's just hyper for tomorrow. That's all. Calm down, boy.
Yeah. So, yeah, because quickly before we sort of move on to the review stuff, you're going to go and see Power of the Daleks. You're going to the screening of it.
Yeah, I am. Thanks to the geek sandbag, literally such an awesome lad, sent me a link like in the morning, just saying, there's a few tickets left. I was like, so I went on there, had a look. There was one in the center, like in the center of the center block of the VFR. I was like, yes, securing that. And luckily, with the ticket, it comes with the DVD, so it should be posted apparently within 2 weeks of the screening. So maybe I might be getting it. You know, the Saturday when you come
before the release.
Slough.
Okay. Yeah.
Saturday, so I could bring you around and we could binge watch it.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. we could review it. That could be cool. Like I
want to review it anyway. It's something I've always. And that's the thing. Sorry, I don't know. What I said to Reese before the hangout, we sort of said it's sort of like the 50th anniversary sort of hype. There's interviews, there's trailers. We've recently got like a Blu-ray steelbook. It's coming out in color, and all of this stuff. It's sort of it's not just you're going to get an animation on DVD. There is so much sort of going around that release, and it's clearly been a passion of something that fans have see like this anime. Like I want to see some sort of tangible, moving images of Power instead of a photo slideshow.
Basically. I am. Even though I watched the Telesnap version of it, and it was pretty much just like a slideshow. And it's just such a great story. Like without it, there's so many elements in it. Like if that didn't go well and Patrick Stratton didn't do as subliminally as he did, acting wise, we wouldn't be talking about Doctor Who today. It would just be sort of a show which would have been appreciated. Yeah, I think like you said, it's the 50th anniversary in itself.
I mean, we've recently had it for the Cybermen as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Somebody said, "Have you seen the new trailer for it? It looks amazing." I don't know if he's referencing the Power one because that looks really cool. Like, but there's a new one. Yeah,
and there's also a new Class trailer, I think, as well. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah. That's why I was sort of like, which
yeah, there's so many new trailers, man.
So many new trailers. What type? It's quite funny how like we've had no Doctor Who stuff, and then it's just all come at once. Like
that's the thing. It's November is Doctor Who's month.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. We'll quickly a couple of things. We'll sort of try and discuss the things before we sort of go on into the class review. Because that we'll sort of depth that. So the first thing, obviously, there has been a new Clash trailer release for the rest of the series. I don't know what you thought about Adam. I think it does just show promise. Like it just shows they're pushing the characters more to limits.
That's good. I like that.
Yes, yeah. It's sort of like there was a lot of screaming, like people in pain. It's very dramatic. Did you catch it or?
I did catch it. I'm sort of trying to sort of recollect what was actually happening, but I sort of remember. I think Tanya, she sort of just said, I can't remember. It was sort of just like you just let other people die, or we're letting other, or some. Like she's like she's been. Everyone's been pushed to emotional core. April. My God, some things are happening to her. She's gonna go rogue.
Yeah, there's been a clip released for tomorrow's episode of Class. Adam pointed out it's not the Shadowkin at all. It's definitely a Zao.
It's Zal.
We've confirmed it. She's been taken by.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, like tomorrow's episode doesn't promise him, but as I said, we're going to
two-parter.
It is a two-parter. Yeah, I reckon based on what we've seen, I reckon it's going to be sort of like at the end of the episode, she sort of takes Ram with her, based on the sort of footage we've seen, like takes him to the alien world, and they're sort of on the Shadowkin world place. So that, I think that's where it's going to sort of leave off into sort of.
Do you know what? It'd be funny. They end up on the planet, and then they just see this tall guy with grey hair doing a monologue to the camera. And like
he's like, and China, what the hell are you doing here? This is before the premiere.
Yeah.
So yeah, and also quickly, if you're going, me and Adam, and I don't know if you other people are, I'm attending the ODP 10th Planet event in Slough on the 20th of December. 12th November this month. A couple of time. Traveling up. We're going to sort of. I'll be meeting Tom Baker, Ford, William Russell, all the legends of Who. Like there's just like the actual legends.
And the group shoots are up. Have you got a group shoot, mate? Are you planning to? Are you not sure yet?
I think I'm pretty much getting them all separately, like because I've already put photos for like Tom, Karen, and William. But I sort of feel like there's other ones I do want to get, but probably separately. So, but no, yeah, there are like really cool stuff. So if you're going, let us know. And yeah, love to see you there if you're going. So cool stuff. Right. Somebody asked for Adam. What is your least favorite Doctor episode, old and new?
Yes, I know my old one, and new one. Yeah, I'll go with this punching bag. I'll say one of the old ones I really don't like is Time Flight. That is an absolute bore. And it's just the Master in a genie outfit, and all this. It's just nonsense. It looks terrible. Like, even for Doctor Who even for 80s standards, you have some episodes that look. You just, and then you just have that. Even some 70s and 60s stories, you can sort of still be immersed in it. Time Flight, you just can't. It's a slog. It's really weird. You can't get into the story at all. Another old one, Time and the Rani. For me, for Time and the Rani, I love Mel, and I love McCoy. I'm quite a huge fan of the Seventh Doctor. Actually, I do really like his era. But even so, like a story. I watch like one of my favorites is Pyramids of Mars, and I feel like 25 minutes has gone by. I feel like stories are excellently paced and well structured. This one. It really isn't. Like they're running about, they're bumping. There's just it's a strange concept. New Who? Well, I'm gonna go to the old punching bag, the series 9 finale now. Yeah, because that. Although actually, another one probably be Let's Go Hitler because it did kind of all go down from there. I think Doctor Who. Nothing has been as.
As soon as Rory punched Hitler in the face, that's when Doctor Who's really rebel.
Yeah, because it was all going well, but there's some like ups. I guess some ups and downs, mostly downs, but a few ups from 2011 onwards for Doctor Who. That's all what people have been complaining about. They've essentially sort of been saying, "Oh, Doctor Who these last 4 years have sort of, have not done anything to break the mold essentially, apart from the occasional few stories." But Hellbent, literally, I think it was the point for no return for Stephen Moffat. It really fell apart. Maisie Williams was frigging dreadful in that episode. Like she was sort of all right, and Face the Raven, I'd say she was fairly all right.
Yeah.
And then Gallifrey, you're not going to bring back Gallifrey again, and then you have you Clara. Why? Like, why did they do?
There is a lot. There is a lot.
There's just a lot when you let go, and he wouldn't let go of his character. He's like, oh, but I want to do the story of Clara and all that, and the freaking neurolock or some, and the Doctor just forgets, and they put in contrived stuff like in the first episode of Class, and time never forgets, and he just sees it on the wall, and that.
I quite like that. I did quite like that moment. Like, but each of their own. It depends how much you have the Clara character. I think. Like, but yeah,
it's kind of cringe in a way because that's just sort of just say it always lingers on. It's just never gonna go. But people have wanted to go.
She's become Rose
since the end of Series 8.
She's become Rose.
Yeah. She's Moffat's Rose, which is annoying as hell. Because Rose wasn't that brilliant either. Series 1
anyway,
Rose, Series 1 Rose is pretty good.
Yeah, so that's Adam's aptitude. Saying about time flight, going to time flight. The most annoying thing is because like you said, like the quality for 80s Who, like it's bad for that standard. And the annoying thing is you had Earthshot, which was like one of the greatest Pete Davidson stories.
Yeah.
Obviously killed Adric and just was really, really good, and it just drops. But anyway, jumping 40 years into the future, 30 years.
Yeah.
We arrived for Night Visiting, which is the third episode in the Class series. I would say Series 1, but I don't know if it's going to go Series 2 or not.
We're probably not going to know until nearer the end of its run, I think.
No. Well, at least it's lasted longer than Classmates. I honestly cannot believe they sort of shut that down.
It's a shame. Like there are a fair few people that are quite all right, and then some people you're sort of well, that's the thing. I just sort of I don't think there's not my kind of review. I don't class them as a review, and I think it's the wrong platform. It's definitely the wrong. Isn't there a Class YouTube channel? Couldn't they just?
No, there isn't. No, there's all the stuff in Class has even been on the Doctor Who YouTube channel, the BBC Three one. There's not been like a new one set up.
I put it on BBC Three.
Yeah,
because they're young adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, like the Classmates thing. Just we've got we haven't even started the review yet. Classmates, I think. Yeah, like it's really a shame that it obviously got sort of cancelled. It's been, I don't know what's happened to it like now. I don't know if it's been like, but the problem was obviously there were some issues with it, like, and obviously some people didn't like it, but the hatred, like there was the comment section was just like, it was like cans. Do you know what I mean? It was just absolutely pure.
They were probably jealous.
Probably, I think that's they were like, why aren't we on it? But no, I say, like, I wish everybody the best of luck who was on it. And I think they did a great thing. Like I said, I can understand why sort of people didn't appeal to that kind of sort of review style. But yeah, so there you go. Right, so Class episode 3 Night Visiting. So the synopsis reads, written by, you guessed it, Patrick Nelson. I cannot believe he's written every episode. Like every episode.
I think that might kind of be the problem.
It depends, because it's only episodes, isn't it? So I suppose it's sort of his story. But like I say, it would be nice if they just have different people.
Yeah, well, even like co-writing, like there should be at least maybe a few people. I was literally thinking, there was an idea I had in my head. I just thought, all right, get 2 extra people on Class. One of them is Ben Aronovich, who wrote a Cole Hill story, and Gareth Roberts, who wrote a Cole Hill story. You get my idea. I think like a classic and new mix. That would be quite. I just think because they've not been asked back for Doctor Who, but they could kind of help with this, and they've sort of been doing like other. Ben Aronovich is still like he's done a comic series called Rivers of London. He's bringing out a book, I think, soon. And Gareth Roberts, he wrote The Caretaker, and he's still fairly, you know, he's still out there. I guess he's still doing stuff.
Yeah.
So just bring those two together with Patrick Ness, and that would be actually the Doctor Who. That would be the Doctor Who spin-off.
Yeah.
You know, those three in a room coming up with ideas.
Yeah, but there has been confirmed there is going to be a classic writer that's going to come through 10. So I have no idea who that's going to be at all. But it'd be interesting to see what, like, if it's going to be from the 80s or 70s or even 60s. Do you mean?
Yeah.
Like 26, for example. That would just be great. But yeah.
Do you know there was that image? Oh, sorry.
No. Say what you're gonna say. It's fine.
No, do you know that the I think it was the Cartoon Museum, and they're doing the Doctor Who Target things, and Stephen Moffat was at the launch, and there's a photo with Terrence Dicks and Eric Saywood. So you just like, and then people just say, "Oh, Doctor Who Series 10 writing stuff." I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. I'm currently just typing. As I said, I'll put this in the comment section. But basically, if you have any thoughts on night visiting, because we're sort of going to talk about that now. And then if you have any thoughts or mini reviews on Class episode 3, we'll read them at the end. So yes, but yeah, let us know thoughts on Class 3, and we will read them out at the end. Like I'm sort of
we will.
Typing. We will read them at the end. Yeah, I think that's all the news we wanted to cover. I think that's everything. Doctor Who and Class and and there we go. Billy said it is the best yet. Oh. So yes, Class episode 3 titled Night Visiting. I say the process story. The official synopsis says when London is infiltrated by a powerful alien, the visitor comes to Tanya's window. The team must battle this strange new threat to stop Tanya from being lost forever. Now, again, before we start, you watched this with the cast at MCM, didn't you, Adam?
Technically, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah, I was at MCM Comic Con. I was having it was a cool Comic Con, and then they had a class panel and screening, and it just happened to be episode 3 this week. So I watched that. It was a very weird experience. I don't think that the audience actually helped my enjoyment. I think there was a few moments. I think one of the coolest things was Miss Quill reading the Hunger Games. I think I can understand how that got a laugh and such. But there were some moments I felt. I think there was a lot of like I can understand that, a lot of fangirl giggling and fanboy giggling and such, as it were, because you know it's Class and that, and it's the new hip thing right now. But yeah, I watched it again. Yeah, and really, I felt it's all right, as I've always felt with this. Nothing has pushed a boundary yet, but I don't. Do you know it's also directed? All 3 have the same director, and he's doing the Christmas special, and he did Girl Who Died, A Woman Who Lived of Series 9. It's Ed Bazalgette.
I do not know that. I didn't realise they're all directed, like all 3 of these episodes. I knew the first one was, but I didn't realise episode 2 and 3 were.
Yes, same guy.
Like, like the Doctor episodes he directed weren't like the greatest, were they? Like I don't understand.
Neither would be the next one.
Yeah. Okay. You do the Christmas special.
Yeah.
So would you say that the episode improved, like, or was it sort of like when you watched it like with the like fans and the cast as well? Was it like when you watched the second time, it was like turning off all that noise? And it was just like, right, yeah.
I think so. Okay. And it was actually TV quality instead of coming from like booms and mic and such.
Yeah. This is the first episode I've watched on my own. I usually watch like Doctor and Class with friends and that. This is the first time I watched it on my own for quite a while. And I did quite enjoy it. I watched it about 11 AM when it was released. Like, I when I watched the first.
That's a silly thing, isn't it?
I cannot believe it's so early, isn't it? It's absolutely mad. But the thing is, though, for people that use social media like Twitter and mainly Twitter really. Sort of two fans of that. It's so hard to avoid spoilers that you like. When I watched the premiere episodes, I knew I wasn't going to watch it till like later in the evening. So it was like, I can't go on Twitter because I'm just going to see something. And there were a couple of things which were spoiled, like Ram's leg, and I was like, oh, for God's sake. So,
I know. They're desperate.
Sorry?
That's the thing. They want to wake up, they want to go online, and they want it to be there.
Yeah. But yeah, it's annoying. Like, yeah, I can understand why they do that. But it'd be interesting to see why. But yeah, so this episode starts out with a really I wouldn't say odd, but interesting sort of montage, sort of flashback thing. Because obviously in the past 2 episodes we've had Tanya briefly talk about her dad. Obviously this is when the episode really tackles her struggles with that. And we get a really interesting montage of sort of like how her mother and father met, her growing up. The weirdest thing for me, and nobody's really picked up on this, but it was getting really emotional. And I just burst out laughing because it's sort of like the actress who plays Tanya was meant to look like this like 10-year-old girl, and it was just like her head was massive compared to she's meant to be like 2 years a little girl, and it's just like a massive head. But yeah, like, and obviously then we sort of realised that he has a stroke, and it is really emotional. Like, well, what did you think of that scene at the beginning? Did you think it was sort of like?
Yeah, it was. Oh, a massive. Maybe it's just me or I'm here, but massive echo. I think it's alright now. Anyway, yeah, I thought that was actually quite nice. It was quite a nice little montage, you know, because that's, you know, in a summary, what she sort of dealt with, you know, what the characters sort of dealt with in that sort of emotional sort of little story. I thought it was quite nice. The music was quite nice. It fitted the montage quite well, and yeah, I guess it was fairly touching, I guess.
Yeah, the actual track they use is called Night Visitor.
Oh, right. Well, that
it's like he said it. Yeah, it's the track at the beginning. It's called Night Visitor by Jim Murray.
May I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you think this episode came too early in its run, or do you think it's come at the right time? Because I think this might work well. I'd say it's episode 5 or 6.
Okay.
Or do you want them to sort of do more character pieces and then sort of lead up to this massive climax, which you could kind of guess there's something going on, like there's going to be this massive, you know, climax, you know, that you'd normally get.
Yeah, I'm quite sure on that one, because obviously, like, now we've got, I feel like those are the sort of the 2 big issues. Like episode 2 was like that was really good, because obviously with episode 1 that was like the major thing. Like, it was just like, how can Ram just can't walk away from that, all those like horrible situations. And I think in episode 2, like the most prominent thing was sort of Tanya and her dad sort of talking about that and how she dealt with that. That was like most thing, and obviously they dealt with that. And episode 3, April is trying to avoid her dad. And obviously he's going to come into it in tomorrow's episode 4. So I think because like going forward, I think there's going to be massive stuff going now, like the Shadow King's coming back and like this. But I think it was a nice quiet episode before we get into like the big like actiony stuff. Like it is quite weird how they played it. Like, but yeah, no, I think it came the right time, because I think it was really nice he sort of dealt with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, we had the montage and all hell sort of breaks loose. People tapping on glass. It was quite weird, like how they kindly knocked to get their attention.
Yeah.
It's like, hello, anybody home? We're going to invade you. Like, what I think one of the most interesting things, and this, I don't know if everybody else jumped when you watched this, or everybody else, but the webcam jump scare, actually worked for me anyway. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
I was. It was quite cool, because what I liked what they did in episode 1 and 2 was that they actually, I was like, yes, like this is how webcams work. Like this is how when you sort of go on Skype, that's how it works. That there is some sort of delay sometimes. It's not just like pure HD. And they nicely set that up, and then just sort of like, yeah, we're going to use a jump scare. But yeah, obviously most of this episode, well, pretty much probably about 20 minutes of it, is basically talking to them, really, isn't it? Obviously Tanya talking to her and Dan.
That's probably what I don't like about this. I think the dialogue, I think some of the thing between Tanya and her dad, I think it went on for too long. It's just like, come here, Puddle. Miss Quill and that, come here, Puddle. Come here, Puddle. I was just like, come on.
Yeah, no, I did felt like it was quite funny because the first 2 episodes were very fast paced. This one was quite slow. I completely get it. I did feel sort of like, oh, come on, like. Yeah, like, and then obviously it got to the end. It was just like closer.
And then it was revealed he is a crinoid.
Oh dear.
That's so cool. I've been waiting for a crinoid story since In the Forest of the Night. You know, I've been cheated.
Yeah, I've been cheated. Oh no. Maybe that's why he's coming back. Like he's like, damn, I didn't put the crinoid in the Forest of the Night. So, yeah. So what else did I talk about? I did write a list. I've wrote a list.
That's interesting. How I think Miss Quill is. I think there was like a line that she said to Charlie. What do you think it is? Some massive phlegm or something?
Did she?
Because like Charlie's about to like stab Miss Quill's sister, yeah. And she just say, "What do you think? What do you think this is? Some massive phlegm or something like that?" I sort of picked on that. I was just like, okay, it just looks like massive, phlegm. It's phlegm.
Oh,
disgusting.
Yeah. So obviously this episode is quite dependent on the dialogue, and I think the thing is, obviously, I think Byyyyeee, who plays Tanya, I think did an absolutely stellar job.
Yeah.
But I think the scenes that they are like, I think they're written okay. And I think Byyyyee's acting does sort of like indulge you into that, and does sort of make you sort of get invested and sort of carry on through that till the end. But I think, like I said, I think that could have been shortened a bit. Like just like I said, I did feel it was just getting a bit repetitive. Like, oh yeah, they gave the emotional stuff. Like, and yeah, so that was one of the gripes of the episode. Obviously in this episode, there's obviously a few team ups. Obviously, first off, we have Ram and April. Sort of surprising. Then they kiss.
Contrived.
Where did that come from?
She's just talking about folk music that Ram wasn't really interested with either. Why? It's like, you know what? I find folk music talk very attractive. I'm trembling.
It's like you're shaking. It's like, I just love it so much. And obviously Charlie and I can't remember his name. Mateo, is it?
Is that his name?
Is that, I don't know what I can't remember what his name is. I know the actor is Jordan. Obviously we sort of get our first like sex scene of the series, which was okay. Like, I did.
Oh my god, are we actually we're rating this?
Hey,
I never thought like the years I've known you. Like, we're Doctor Who fans. Today, we're going to be rating an episode where Charlie and Mateo get it on.
I don't know his name, is it?
I think you're right. I think it is something like Mateo.
That's what I'm feeling. But yeah, like, I think obviously it is cool that obviously you got our first. I think I'm sent. There have been a few sexes in Torchwood. I can't believe we're talking about this.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's what we think though. But yeah, no, what I did like, and they didn't really delve into it too much. But I liked his sort of way of like thinking of like what love is to him, like Charlie sort of his alien world. But they just sort of like briefly went past that. I would have liked more time on that. Well, another funny moment was like when they just sort of finish and they sort of dead parents. And the actor who plays obviously Mateo, I think, was just sort of like, Does this usually happen after like sex? Yeah. What else is there? Yeah. So I say the bus scene, that was really funny. Miss Quill has some. I think Miss Quill had some of the best moments in this episode. Even though I think Tanya was like the main focal point. I think Miss Quill, like the Hunger Games book moment, that was really funny.
Do you know what I didn't get the first time?
What's that?
One of the things I didn't get was people would say, "Oh, I feel sorry for Miss Quill." I'm just like, really? I was like, oh, okay, right. She doesn't have a crew, but she will stop being a heartless cow and make friends.
Yeah, no, I kind of get what you mean. Like, I did sort of feel sympathy for her, and then I was like, hang on, like, you've just been like really neglectful and pretty much been like an asshole. Like, and they're just like, well, screw you. Like, you've been an asshole to us. Like, we'll just do this to you.
Yeah. And she still is. She's just like, oh, I'm gonna vomit. I was like, you're not making it better.
No, it isn't. Mateus, I think. That's what there's somebody's put a spelling for.
I was gonna call him mayonnaise or something.
Mayonnaise. We'll call him mayonnaise. I think that's better for doubt. Yeah. Well, I don't know what to talk about. Really. I had a planned thing of like things. Obviously, this episode does deal with grief, and which obviously affects a lot of people. And obviously, it was an alien. It's quite an interesting idea how it's an alien race, which obviously sort of feed off grief. Which
what's it called? The Larking. The Larkin.
The Larkin. The Lark.
Is it the Larkin?
The Larkin.
Yeah.
I think Patrick Ness loves his like he's just like I'm gonna have every alien and put tin on the end.
It's actually called a crinoid.
Dun 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 dun. It's pronounced Matt. I'm dyslexic, so I know that. But yeah, no. Yeah, but I think it was an interesting like idea. Like, and obviously a lot of these aliens that have sort of been in class so far have all had like Dragon from episode 2. It was like, oh my god, there's so many connections and parallels to Ram, and it was just like with Tanya, it was just, oh my god, like we're gonna feed off your grief. What a coincidence. But it is nice, like they're sort of like dealing with stuff like that.
Do you know what I'd like to see an episode where we get it from the other bunghole's perspective. It's like, all right, what alien are we going to choose this week? And we just got to, like, it's sort of like this randomizer. Crinoid. Axons.
Yeah.
Let's throw them in there.
There was quite a funny scene, like, because obviously we mainly sort of focus on obviously the main characters of Class. But I think there's only one real encounter. Like you sort of see all the people sort of being like that have been sort of taken over, just sort of lying on the pavement. But there was that one scene with like the elderly man, and he basically sort of, was it his mother, I think?
Yeah.
And he just sort of got yanked. He's like yank.
My God,
yeah. that was the only sort of sense of like it was very sort of enclosed, I think.
I do love the fact it's when Ram and April go to the bus stop, it's just like buses delayed.
Yeah,
it's like everything is just like yeah.
It was just I did have a look at that. It was quite an emotional scene, that scene, which is
also it's hard to take seriously. Miss Quill is driving a bus that says Oxford Circus, but you clearly know they are a few hundred miles away from Oxford Circus. Like,
really?
Logistically. Well, they're in Cardiff.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Oh, yeah. It's quite a sort of distance, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah. But no. Is there anything else you think of? Really, I think most of it is covered. Really. I think
it's one idea that sort of, at least I can say this is what there isn't so many ideas. It is, I guess, it does have focus, but with sort of character things going on at the same time. Which that's really all I could say about it. We've sort of just kind of touched on like most of the characters in it anyway. Although Miss Quill's sister It's probably what, but I don't have anything to say about her. But she was like, she was there. That's all I can say.
Yeah, because she gave her the gun, didn't she? Again.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, like you said, she was just there, wasn't she? For Miss Quill. It was
Tanya's
quite
mum,
nice, like,
being Tanya's mum.
Yeah. I tell you what, like, it was. They kind of humanized her a bit in that, because at that point, before episode 3, you were just like, she is just one mean, like, strict woman. She's just everything to Tanya is just like so much like strict rules. So it's nice we sort of like she wasn't just like keep tension like, oh, what did she say in the trailer?
You're talking to a boy?
Oh yeah, she's like, what is going on here, boy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not, but again, like, actually, fun fact, Patroness tweeted this. The actor who played Tanya's dad / larking alien in disguise was in Doctor Strange.
Ooh.
Can you guess where he was in the film?
No.
No? Well, if you haven't seen the film, I won't be spoiling the film, so don't worry about that. But basically, when he does obviously sort of lose his hands, and he's sort of trying to look into like Western medicine, he's sort of like he's using arm therapy to sort of stretch out his hands, and there's a guy trying to help him there, and he basically sort of just gives him a sort of few words of advice. Do you remember that in the film, Adam?
I remember that. Oh right.
Yeah. That was him.
Yeah. I'm not too fussed.
No, you can't really. No.
It's like, funny. All right.
Yeah, it is quite funny. Like I said, when I reviewed episode 1 and 2, I said I am enjoying Class. So it's nice. A lot of it, like with Class, and most of the people I've watched it with and spoke to about it, I've just been like, it's okay. And I think it could be potentially better if they sort of took the Doctor Who cliches away. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think Doctor Who sort of holding it back. But I'm really liking what they're doing. Like, it's nice to actually have like death in it, which I think has been missing from the sort of Doctor universe. That's one of the great things I have about it. But yeah, so let's see what people have been saying. The Lanking. Lanky mate. Oh dear. So yeah, overall, yeah, I think it was a really solid episode. And I think obviously Vivinopa like carried the episode, I think. Although I think it would have been nice if they sort of did come away a bit from like sort of a lot of dialogue. Like, was it really necessary? There was a lot of passionate love in it. Love that came out of nowhere. Miss Crow had some really cool moments, I think, in it. She again, like you said, I think sort of they're leading up to her. Sort of like she is really like, I know obviously Charlie's alien, but she's like super alien to everybody else. Like, I think the first chance she gets, if she sort of gets any chance to sort of say, look, if you want to leave and sacrifice all these sort of all the kids, I think she would take that. But yeah, as I said, she was really cool. But yeah, no, again, it was just another solid episode, another sort of character piece, which I like what they're doing. But I think it's probably my second favorite episode so far. I think I'm not too sure sort of how it is going to sort of affect it going forward. But it's nice that sort of like a theme which has been quite relevant in the first 2 episodes of Class anyway. Have been sort of like Tanya's dad, and it's nice to actually sort of said, right, we're not going to deal with this now. But obviously, he's dealt an issue with grief, which many people, well, all of us, will go through eventually, with friends and loved ones and family, and very depressing. It's like, oh no. But yeah, and obviously, a lot of people, and there is so much grief in the world. And it's quite cool. Lanking, is that obviously they do feed off that, and yeah, I think it's just again like I did like how she dealt with the alien. Like I like how they defeated it. Although I don't think like I didn't understand how just running a bus through one of like the many tangled wires was strong enough to like send the whole thing back in. Okay.
There was probably a scene where she got that thing from Planet of the Dead. Like, what was it that thing they put on the wheel of the bus? And it's the best bus ever.
Yeah. That would have been so funny. Like they did say, where did she get the bus from? You know, oh, she's resourceful. Like imagine if the doctor was just like, yeah, there was this like bus when I was in my 10th generation. Like if you need it any time, it's like part around stuff.
I just love if he just appears as loads of different incarnations. He's the 12th 1 minute, and then like Tennant pops up, and then McGann.
Yeah. So but yeah, what have you got any closing thoughts on Adam? Like, have you got any overall thoughts on it? You just think it's okay? Like,
I tell you what, mate. I just think it's all right. To be honest, it's not. That's the thing I felt about it. Nothing is really peaceful. I know what Patrick Ness is doing. Patrick Ness is essentially he said in the Q&A that we were watching after the class stream. I think Derek Ritchie actually he sort of said, "Oh, we're competing with Netflix. We're competing with the original series and all that stuff that's going on, and we sort of want to make it like that. Essentially, they want to make it in Wales and Cardiff and such. And yeah, I get that." He sort of it's a very competitive moment, YA and such. Particularly one of the big crazes of the year, is Stranger Things. Also 8 episodes. Yeah. Also, you know, so it's just it was a really good series. I really personally enjoyed that and really gotten into it. But considering this is sort of overseen by a company and some individuals who do not know what they're doing, that lets it down. But I think the Duffer Brothers, who did Stranger Things, they knew what they were doing. They wanted to do that. But yeah, what do you? I must ask. Actually, what do you think of the title sequence and the music?
I briefly talked about it. I am singing along with it now when I watch it. So the music is okay. The visuals are very wacky. Like I said in my review, like they remind me of the Suicide Squad titles. They also remind me of like the Series 7B titles.
Yeah.
But they've grown on me surprisingly. I remember watching it like the first one. I was like, but I think they are a bit better. Now, what do you think of them?
I don't think the music works as a title sequence because it's sort of. Although I do think it's a very it's a James Bond title sequence on drugs, definitely.
It's a James Bond title sequence on drugs
because you sort of got those kind of sort of something you'd see in for something like an old James Bond movie, and then you just sort of have this pop song. It's really colourful and wacky and da 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 da. I'm surprised they haven't sort of gone for a more darker song in a way, a very emo.
Like heavy metal, like.
Well, that would explain a lot. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. But it's Patrick's choice. It's Patrick's show.
It is Patrick's show. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting going forward now. Like Philip Archer has just said. It's nice that they are delving into like each character's backstory, but it would be nice to move away from that at some point. And I think, to be honest, that will be like next episode, like episode 4. I reckon that's a transition period because obviously that's going to deal with April, but there's also like we have this massive threat coming in now. So yeah. So if I was going to put this on my class scale, following the continuity for episodes 1 and 2. I'd probably give it a B+. I think. I think it was a really solid like character piece story. And I think it was some like really great acting. Character. Although I'd say, like you said, it did feel a bit repetitive as it was going on. I was just like, come away from this. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. there was some quite like odd character choices, like with the Ram and April kiss. Just came out of nowhere, like. But I know obviously missed crowds and great moments. But yeah, no. Overall, I think it was a really solid episode. Not the best ones so far, but you know, it was really nice. Tanya focused episode, dealing with grief. What would you rate out of the class scale? Like, it's basically just like, obviously, I'm sure you've done schooling. I'm sure you know what sort of grading you've got at school. Like,
I have a rating, but it's number. I think I know what it does translate. I'll say for numbers, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. But I think that translates to a D plus.
A D plus. I'd probably say it's a C plus.
Oh, you say it's a C plus? Well, I give it a 6. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like that's quite. Yeah, it's quite near to like. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay. So yeah, night visiting. As Adam says, it was just there.
It happened. And it left no consequence.
I did. Obviously, so yeah, next episode 4, is where sort of the action kicks off again. Obviously, it's going to be sort of April focused. The Shadowkin's coming back. It's called Co-Owner of a Lonely Heart. Obviously, I think the point of it is just like, right, we need to get April's heart back. And through that, she's obviously her dad's coming back into it, which that's again, their dads on the show are just really, really awful, aren't they? Like, Ram's dad's the only like really cool one.
Oh yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So yeah, that's tomorrow. That's really interesting. But well, the part 1 of a 2-parter. But yeah, no. Again, flowers.
Yeah, apparently flower petals. If you read, it's in the synopsis. I think it says, oh yeah, and there's some flower petals.
Yeah. So we do have some comments. And I do actually have because I was going to sort of do a review in the format of what I usually do, but I didn't have time, so I decided to do a sort of live stream of it. But so I do have some people on Twitter who have said some stuff. Andy he said established terrestrial shows. Wrong thing. Don't read around and tweet. There we go. Right. So Connor says a great episode, nicely paced with some great character development too, especially Tanya, Mateus, and Charlie. I think me and you would sort of disagree on the pacing side.
Yeah, and I personally, I probably think Charlie is the weakest of the lot. Sorry, lads.
Yeah, no, I have watched a few of people's reviews, and they've just sort of been like, yeah, like he's the most boring character. I think.
He's not got much concept, but he can bring up the Vampire Diaries in a conversation. So he's quite, convenient.
Well, how do you have time to watch the Vampire Diaries as well? That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Who else we have? Josh Blake says, I think it was the best episode so far. It was funny, exciting, and so emotional. It was just great TV. That's commendable. I can see why. But yeah. Jake says episode 3 was the weakest, but the story talking about the afterlife, coming back to loved ones, was as sort of questions was really touching. It makes you think how big and wonderful the universe is. It's also a lovely character piece for Tanya. Yeah, I say the plot was quite basic. I think again it was just more of a character piece, really. Like with what I think I loved about episode 2 was that it was a great character piece, but also the story was really intriguing as well. And this one it was quite a nice, touching idea. But I think it was just like it's just okay, wasn't it? Really. It's class. So yeah, but I say I'll see if whatever else has been saying on the YouTube comments. says this thing has been my favorite. It gave development for my two favorite characters and introduced really interesting idea and alien. Yeah, no, I say I think the aliens in it were pretty cool. Again, like I said, it's a great idea of sort of his two favorite characters being Miss Quill and Tanya. Erland says, I think April Rand's relationship was forced though. Yeah, it did come out of nowhere, didn't it? It was just, there was no build up to that at all. It was just like, you like folk music, let's make out. What else? The Squire says, it was interesting, less gory than the others, which is good. Overall fun. Yeah, like, it was quite cool that they sort of had that sort of extreme sort of turned down. There. Adam's now turned to a Drashic.
So, yeah. I'm sorry, it's hype. It's hype. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in hype.
Drashic, the Drashic hype.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think everybody really enjoys this episode. Some people, again, there's people sort of really like it. I feel like Class is Marmite. It really is Marmite. Like,
I've got another way to describe it. You're in class and chill. You're watching episode 1. You sat there. You're like, and then you watch, and you see this old lady in your shop. You're like,
oh my god, yeah,
that's Jude Hudson.
That was just that cameo in episode 1. I remember watching that, and everybody was just like, did everybody see it? It was just like, and it was just like a really odd scene. Episode 1, it was just like, but yeah. So, Hardest Traveller said it was great. It was a brilliant episode for Tanya and Miss Quill, and he also said the Drashic squad is back. Adam has been for Drashic. I think I need to obligate and get mine out now, but it's sort of there. So
it's just
if I take mine off, it'll just like dominoes. Like my cat is just sort of like I think there's people sort of firing off fireworks tonight.
Yeah, well, I guess they're celebrating bonfire night tomorrow.
Bonfire, yeah, definitely.
Remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason, and plot, and I fucking forgot the rest of it.
Brilliant. So yeah, that's pretty much all our thoughts on night visiting, really. It was just a standard character piece for Tanya. But as I say, the previews for next episodes are really good.
Yeah, fairly promising actually. I just want to see April go all ape out and
batshit crazy.
My God. Yeah.
Like the way I say it's been portrayed in the trailers. Like, I think obviously it's sort of like I think that's why she has to go and get her heart back. Cause it's been okay so far. Like, she hasn't had the effects of it yet properly. But I think it might be brought out when her sort of dad comes back. That's going to be interesting, like, confrontation.
Also, is that when Ram and April get on?
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yes, we get another section. Yeah.
I'm not ready for that.
Aren't you?
I'm not ready for that. No, I'm not. It's too soon. We've just had one.
Yeah, so basically, she just has a mention of folk music and they'll make out. She starts playing it.
Why?
Yeah. Oh,
Ram,
dear.
You're just... Ram, I thought you were cool. Now you're just like, I don't want to hang out with you anymore.
What? Oh, dear.
No, he's suddenly into folk music. What's all this nonsense? Yeah. These are...
It was odd. It was odd, like, yeah. So, yeah, that's Class. I think, how many episodes left now is it? We're getting through them quite quick, actually.
Yeah.
Is
5?
It 5, yeah, 5. Yeah, no, the trailer they released earlier seemed pretty cool. They seemed like, again, sort of pushing the characters to the extremes. So I think the finale episodes would be.
Do you think it works week by week, or would you have rather have binged it?
I think binged it. Based on the episodes we've had so far, it does feel very like I could get through them quite quickly.
Yeah.
Some shows are built for that. And I think that's what should have really happened. I think, but
yeah,
it is nice to time to reflect on it. But they've just been like they haven't been like wow episodes. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it would have worked that binge because I feel like it's one story. Like I know obviously you have that sort of end of the week thing, but I think based on what Pat Janess obviously said, and here's his baby, like, and obviously he's read every episode. I think it would have been better like sort of streamed. Let me say if you're watching, let us know what you think of that. I do you agree with that, Adam? Or
I think they probably should have put it out in one game.
Yeah, I think it would have worked. Matt says for some reason here in BBC America, they aren't showing Class for months. That is really odd. That is, I can't believe that they haven't, because usually they air at the same time. That's what they do with Doctor Who.
And the funny thing is, they wrote it in New York.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, we've got the Class. Like, it's starting. Oh no, not for you. But the only thing is though, is with that, of course, people are going to go and find alternative ways to watch it. That's a given. Like, they should have just aired it at the same time, I think. And I'm sure people from America have found alternative ways to watch it.
But guess what they're getting?
Power of the Daleks in the cinema, like,
and on TV.
That is. I tell you what, they really wish. I really wish they could do something like in the UK. Like, I think because. Oh yeah, that just would have been so really cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, like I said, Power of the Daleks episode 1 tomorrow. 50 years.
I know, really. That's why I'm hyped. That's why I'm hyped, because it feels it feels like a 50th
That's what we want to
again.
talk about.
That's the 50th. It's sort of just like all that all over again.
Matt says they're waiting until new Doctor Who episodes. So it's sort of like when Doctor Who comes back, it's like, hey, there's a spin-off and sort of preview of that. I think they could have done it like on a standing thing. That's but yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to see whether it gets if it does get a series to a Class. I really want them to shake the format up. I really hope they sort of like by the end of series 1, it is just literally like the whole. I don't know. Like, I reckon they should move away from the sort of Coal Hill School thing. I don't know.
And get new writers.
Yeah, I think. If they weren't good yet, like more. Yeah, it's just variety really. Because something similar happens that with the Big Finish War Doctor box set. Because with the first one, that was entirely Nicholas Briggs, and obviously series 2, which I haven't listened to yet, has have different writers, so that'll be interesting.
Speaking of which, currently listen to series 3. It's pretty good.
It is pretty good.
It's quite good. I'm really enjoying. It feels sort of just. It's weird to sort of listen to it. It's like, this is Doctor Who, to me. There's just something so. Because I've sort of been used to sort of having Class about. I sort of listen to it. I just think this is new Doctor Who. I just think it's sort of nice in that way to sort of be like, oh, I'm back again, essentially.
Yeah.
And I've got like this new stuff to listen to.
I still need to listen to there's so many, because I've bought that's my own problem with Big Finish, and with stuff on, it's just like I don't have no time like to sort of watch or any of my shows or like. But Big Finish anyway, I need to listen to the Classic Dollars New Monsters. I still need to listen to that. I bought it. I need to listen to the second Doctor Volume 1, that box set.
I might get that.
Have you? Yeah, that.
Might get the second
I was quite unsure. Yeah, I bought it MCM that one.
Oh, right.
You know what? I might actually listen to that. I might listen to one tonight actually, based on it's celebrating 50 years Troughton. But yeah, like I bought that MCM. The titles for that. Like there's some really interesting stories. But yeah, so Philip says it boggles my mind how Class is aired so early, given the content. Yeah. Well, I presume because obviously when you watch on BBC iPlayer, if you do watch on BBC iPlayer, I'm sure people would find alternative ways to watch it. But yeah, like this is released at 10 a.m. Like, and people can quite easily access that. And again, that sort of brings us back to sort of like the Doctor being in it. Like, it sort of is like, okay, like it was like what I remember watching the first episode. That was my important. It's just such a transition. Like Ram, his girlfriend just got stabbed through the heart, and his leg's just been chopped off, and it's just like, hey, he's a Doctor. La, 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 la. But yeah, so and Philip also says, Adam, that War Doctor 3 is by far superior to the last two. I don't know what you think about
the last two.
The last two. Yeah.
I did like Only the Monstrous. I kind of enjoyed that style, and I think it worked as 3 because I know that Dark Eyes and Doom Coalition are 4 stories. I kind of like the fact that they've got 3 in there. And I can see I'd probably say it might actually be better than the second. In my head so far, I've actually need to listen to the Eye of Harmony, which is the concluding one.
Yeah.
But I heard that's really good, so I'm really looking forward to listening to that probably tomorrow. And yeah, I can see. But David Warner's in like the first one, and he plays a quite nice, cool character. Do you know Neve McIntosh is in the current one as well, which is weird because of course she plays Vastra the Silurian.
Where have the Paternoster gang gone?
Yeah, and of course
where have they gone?
Another Paternoster gang member in it, but he's evil.
Yeah. Yes.
That's actually so. He doesn't actually. I think he did a good job actually, like Dan Starkey, because you sort of hear that and you think it is Drax, but then it takes a moment and you're like, nah, this is actually a Sontaran, and then you just sort of think to yourself, well, what have they been doing? This is good. This is actually you're really into it.
Yeah. He has. It's quite weird. Like all the ones I've been listening to lately have like Dan Stark in it. Like which was it? Like One Rule for Torchwood. He plays like a lot of different characters in it.
Also, the Paul McGann Sontaran story has got Christopher Ryan, who I wanted him in the War Doctor box set, but no, he's not in it, which is a shame. No. But I love his Sontaran voice. I think, and when I heard it in the McGann little extra, I thought, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And he's at the Copthorne, isn't he? He's at the ODP.
Yes, he is. That's who I need to meet him. Yeah, definitely.
I like your voice, Sister Jim.
Yeah, I know. I quite like his role in Mind Warp as well. I think he's quite good in that. Actually,
he was good in that.
Yeah, brilliant. Big Finish stuff. Matt says I like Doom Coalition, but haven't heard the third one yet. That's with like Rivers and Nunn, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wasn't too keen on the first one, so I never really carried on further than that. I haven't even listened to the second one either. But I think War Doctor for me is sort of the one. And the funny thing is, another range I want to get into is the Unit, the new ones. Just because I've met Gemma Redgrave, and she's changed my heart. I think she's really lovely. She's one of the loveliest Doctor. Yeah, I know. But I sort of saw potential in her in the Zygon 2-parter. To be fair, actually, I sort of just thought, I think I've warmed to her now. She was useless in and she was fairly good in Power 3 and the Doctor. But I think the Zygon one, I think I like them a little bit. I'd say they're actually decent in that. The
50th they're introducing they're really like a really nice part into it, like sort of like normalizing this, sort of trying to ground it with all these different ideas. Death in Heaven, like that was really disappointing. It was like, hey, and it was like, whoa, no. We're gonna kill you. We'll pretend to kill you. You're gonna be chucked off a plane, and then you'll come back in. But no, like you said, the Zygon episode sort of revitalized my love in those characters. What was it? Has there been 2 Unit stories? Because there's been
the third one's going to be coming out with the Silence.
Yeah. So that'd
be interesting.
Yeah.
That'd
be cool. Thomas says, have you guys heard Chimes of Midnight?
Need to. I heard it.
Have you heard it?
I need to.
Oh right, I know. I need to. Yeah.
It's on vinyl.
I'm very tempted. Yeah. I haven't got a vinyl machine. I've got a few. I've got vinyl .2 collectibles. I've got a few from like the 80s. I think like.
Oh, did you get the stuff from Record Day? They had Genesis of the Daleks, and they had the Cushing soundtrack.
No, no. These are like original prints, I think.
All right.
There's one of Genesis, but there's also like the sound effects. One I've got, but yeah, I don't have a vinyl player. So yeah, but no, I've heard many good things about Chimes of Midnight. Like it's one of the best stories, isn't it? Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it seems really good. I will have to listen to that at some point. Just big finish is never ending, isn't it? It's just like and it's top quality as well. Like the writing is just superb. I think that's what it's just. The covers are so inviting, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we're gonna leave it there. I think we sort of said what we wanted to say. But yeah, no. So thank you everyone for watching. Like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter. You can like the Facebook page and follow me on Instagram. Thank you to Adam for being a lovely co-host and reviewing Night Visiting, and his lovely pal Drasher. Has Drasher got anything to say?
Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye. When I do the bye-bye, yeah, Drasher needs to do the bye-bye. So yeah, I don't know what my next video will be. Might be a trailer, might be another review. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, as I say, please go subscribe to Adamtheultimatewhovian, who produces great content. Reminding people, I will be at the OGP event, the 10th Planet event, November. I'm going. So a couple weeks from now, Adam's going. I know people well, so see everybody there. I
actually got a message from someone asking me if I was going, and I said yeah.
Oh right. Well, they're excited.
Yeah, yeah, they're like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's Tom Baker.
Awesome. I have to keep to myself. Like I said, I've been very busy. It's just I just think like I'm meeting Tom Baker.
You're seeing that lovely curly-haired doctor.
Yeah. You obviously you've met Tom, so but I haven't. I reckon it's just be like a magical thing.
It'll be nice for you and Callum, and I think a few others for their first time. Because I know Geeks is going, and he's met him a few times too.
Tom Baker virgins.
Yeah.
Philip quickly says it's a fantastic story, but Spare Parts is God. I've listened to like half of Spare Parts, and I bloody loved it. Like what they were doing the Cybermen was just so chilling. Like it was just Spare Part. It was just like the 10th Planet, but rammed up. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon. Like I said, subscribe to me, subscribe to Adam. I hope you enjoyed Night Visiting. And obviously, yeah, episode 4 of Class is tomorrow. The co-owner of A Lonely Heart follows April. I might do another live stream next week, so it goes. We're back soon, Jack. So, as always, guys, thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.